Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Alga Septi Pratama from English Department 2018. Here in this video, I would like to presenting my proposal for the seminal proposal exam. My title is the Australian Gothic in Marcus Card Works. Here in this video, I would like to explain two chapters, chapter 1 and chapter 2. In chapter 1, the background of the research. So Gothic is generally widely known by the many as the hidden or terrible side, especially relates to the human nature, which is why this topic is interesting to discuss, especially relates to the novel of the Marcus Cards. So in contemporary times, Gothic is very popular as a cultural force, as a literary presence, and as an academic industry. But not many of these Gothic topics are discussed in the academic of the analyst university. So the next identification of the problem. The focus of this research is Marcus Clarke's works, especially his book For the Themes of His Natural Life. This book brings many Gothic words and languages. Third is the review of the related literature. In order to prevent any plagiarism, this thesis reviews some of the previous studies which are relevant to the topic of this research. There are 6 studies that has been analyzed which are entitled The Australian Gothic by Ken Gelder, The Marcus Clarke Gothic Roman by David Matthews, A Graphical Analysis of Australian Gothic Literature by Lindsay G. Pett, A Gothic Fiction in Australian Landscape by Ines Alarcos, Marcus Clarke Tichborne by Michael Wilding, and Review of the Marcus Clarke Unannotated Bibliography by Anne F. McLaren. The next is the research question. The first question is how Gothic is reflected in the novel of the Marcus Clarke For the Theme of His Natural Life. How the novel by Marcus Clarke For the Theme of His Natural Life can be identified as a Gothic novel. What are the Gothic elements found in the novel For the Theme of His Natural Life? Scope of the research. To analyze the Marcus Clarke's work For the Theme of His Natural Life, it is isolated to Marcus Clarke's behavior and his way of thinking, which embodies his present Gothic theory, languages, and works. The sixth is the objective of the study to analyze how Marcus Clarke incorporates Gothic elements into his work, especially for the theme of his natural life. To find out whether the novel For the Theme of His Natural Life by Marcus Clarke can be identified as a Gothic novel or not. To study how Marcus Clarke used Australian Gothic elements, especially in the novel For the Theme of His Natural Life. Move to the chapter 2, Theoretical Framework. These studies use new critical theory found by John Carl Ramsden and support by I.A. Richards and T.S. Eliot. This new method of criticism has received much attention among literary scholars. The first theory is John Carl Ramsden's New Criticism theory. So, the New Criticism theory that emphasizes careful reading to discover how literary work functions as independent and referential aesthetic object. So, to know the meaning of the text, it is necessary to understand the language and literature. The author also could analyze the meaning or hidden message of the word or the sentence in the novel and connect them to the Gothic elements that the author wants to analyze. The second theory is semiotic theory or metonymy. In this study, metonymy plays the most important role in the analysis because metonymy is the part of the element in the Gothic genre. A metonymy that serves to refer a thing or concept not by its name but the name of something related to the meaning of the object or the concept will be right tool to evoke an emotional tension in the horror in the text of the novel. Method of the research. The following 3 steps conduct this research: collecting the data, analyzing the data, and presenting the result of the analysis. Collecting the data. In this research library method and internet browsing to find the primary data and secondary data. The primary data is the novel For the Theme of His Natural Life, and the secondary data are the books and articles related to the research about Australian Gothic. Analyzing data. This research is qualitative research which applies the descriptive analytical method to analyze the data. The author use this method. Hypothesis, research, and research data, and theory. And the last is presenting the analysis. The data that has been analyzed is presented and the data has been analyzed is presented descriptively. The writer explains the result of the analysis thoroughly and chronologically. Thank you. That's all for me. Sorry if I made a mistake. And the last I say, wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.